Hey, Ruby. How was everyone feeling today? Oh, my voice, okay. I'm still feeling very weird. I have this really weird, I have vertigo that started last week. And now it's doing this weird thing today with, I don't even know anymore. I'm just going with it. But yeah, the thing I put on Instagram, if people want me to start doing transit readings. Aw, Owen. And you guys, the sun will quickly pass. For some reason, it is extremely bright today. I think it is just very happy to be out after being cloudy for so long. Oh, so it's not a definite? Well, hopefully, it's just a hiccup or something and then it gets sorted out. I mean, that might not be too bad, because if it's like for spring with everything we have going on right now. Hey. But if you're pushing and it goes through, then it was meant to happen. It was just seeing if you would take it and go with it, so you'll see. But yeah, what I said on Instagram, if a lot of people do like the idea and want me to do transit readings, then I'll just start the day doing transit readings and then go into like whether it's the pick a card or collective or just going in the astro chat. So I'll see what the results are after the live and then we'll go from there. I mean, if you need to take time off, I mean, don't be so hard on yourself. You've been working like crazy too. With everything going on. You're like a frontline person. Let me see. Trying to think of what tarot I want to use for this conjunction reading. Well, that should be interesting. Let's see. Well, then it's the right time to kick yourself in the gear. Do some moving. Well, plus you're in a different space now too, so it should be easier for you to change the routines. Well, that's one way to get everything out. I mean, I'm bringing enough light for everybody with this sun blaring in the back over here. Let's see. I feel like we definitely need some self-care. You know, we're gonna use your deck. I like how I look up in your talk starting to talk about tea and I'm putting the tea leaf up there. Okay. But, okay. So this is what we're gonna use today. So today I'm just doing a collective for, I like how it's just, but it's like for the conjunction itself, like how we did the pick a card and the chart read yesterday. This is gonna be a big collective read because, you know, Aquarius, collective energy, you know, might as well get that going too. But, on Instagram, I have a poll going for if you guys would like me to do transits, like, you know, just the daily transits, like we can pop a chart up, do a daily transit read for the day to kind of get the energy of the day or energy of the week. And then after that, we can go into like the pick a cards or the collectives, but then Wednesday would still be all astrology. So it's like kind of putting astrology like the energies of that day before we start the readings too. So I was doing a poll to see if people want to do that. But I'm going to look at it after this live and see what everyone answered and post it, and then if everyone wants it, then I'm going to start doing it next week. But today we're going to do collective. And the irony, I was looking at it in the Fountain Tarot I haven't used in a while, but then it made me think of the water bearer with Aquarius, so I was like, you know, why not? And the Moonchild Tarot as well, with Moonology Oracle, Star Temple Oracle, self-care, because we are all in need of some can't talk self-care, and then the tea leaf, which you guys were talking about tea as I was pulling it up, so that works. But that's what I'm going to be using for the collective read today for the conjunction, and see what comes out for everybody. So use this as the main. Oh, you guys already jumping out. I haven't started yet. But today we are going to get our collective reading going. Do this one then. Hello. Don't be a butthead to me. It's being a butthead to me. Ha. But yeah, I was messing with the camera crap before coming on here, so I wasn't doing it like yesterday. That was just really like, I don't know, I was getting some irritated yesterday with technology. But I think this looks good, and I also have it to where pretty much like, let me see where my hand goes on the video here, but like around this area over here, I actually have it where announcements will pop up, like if someone follows, subscribes, and stuff like that. So I finally got that to work with me. But it was a beautiful hassle. And I'm going to be contacting who's doing my emotes today to see when I'm going to be getting them. So I'm excited for that too. I'm just malfunctioning today. I'm just malfunctioning. Yesterday it was technology. Today it's just me. I can't use my hands correctly. I know Owen's going through the motions over there, but how's everyone else doing? Oh, this one? This is, a lapis lazuli heart. You can see, like, the pyrite strands in it. Just being drawn to lapis. Oh, that's good, shorty. Okay. Yeah, I like lapis. Like this little sphere is lapis also. You can kind of see the similar like banding in it with the heart. I got other lapis too, but I cannot remember where it is right now. It's probably in my other room. But, so would you like me to jump straight into the reading, or do you guys want some singing triangle? I don't know if the I don't know if the singing triangle will actually put me to sleep while I'm doing it, because, I don't know what it is, but I just got like really calm today after being very hyper coming up to this. It's like the momentum built and it peaked, and now it's like I'm tired. And I see Ruby with reading over there. So we're gonna see this collective energy for the conjunction, which I kind of went over a lot of it yesterday, and to be honest, a lot of the stuff I said yesterday, sorry, I'm telling you guys, like, it already started happening, is the whole thing. And what's interesting is we're seeing the difference between what it looks like to have these planets in an earth sign versus an air sign, with how rapid things change. And you should really keep that in mind with what you're creating right now, because it comes right back very quickly in this air. Even though Saturn can be a little restrictive, Aquarius don't care, and it's trying to break stuff right now, which it is breaking stuff. And I'm saying that it is breaking stuff, and this comes out. So with this picture here, this is the universal midwife, and it says birth. I birth fruitful and sacred assignments. So pretty much like I was saying, there is this energy of what you are creating right now is going to be coming back to you. And also, if you're in tune with this, you're actually going to be, like I was telling you, Owen, if something keeps blocking you, then there's a reason for it. But if you push through and it lets you get through, it's just showing your tenacity. So a lot of us are already venturing into things, and we're being tested, like, do you really want this? Are you willing to work for it? Or we are being pushed back because there's something else we're supposed to be doing right now. Come back. It would not let me pick it up. But we have the mirror, reflect. I hold the mirror up to see, accept, and love all of me. This is, I mean, the energy I was talking of yesterday. Like, we need to be able to see ourselves right now and actually be okay with, like, evolving the relationship we have with how we value ourselves, what we accept of ourselves. And instead of projecting any pain we have on others, we really need to be looking to trying to heal that and being more aware of when we're doing that. And also not taking missteps as failure, but redirection is a big thing here, because if you are feeling like parts of you are failing at certain aspects, that's really going to block you off. And this can happen for a lot of us because it's almost like if we get this thing put up in front of us, it's almost like, you know, that this isn't fire energy, it's air energy. So it's almost like we hit a wall and get like kind of thing. It's not like we're burning through it. It's like we got to circle back around and hit it again and see if we can get through. If not, then we got to redirect the air to where it's going to help us. But just make sure you're not causing typhoons all up in people's business, because that is not let go is coming out here. The Amber Star. I surrender and allow myself to grieve. This right here is not only like with situations and people, but this is also with aspects of ourselves, because the only way that we can truly like be comfortable in our own energy right now is by allowing that unique part of ourselves to have expression. Because if we're still being stuck, especially if we're stuck in this energy where we're holding on to these old ways of thinking about ourselves, we're going to be blocking what we are trying to create right now, because we still don't feel worthy of it. And this energy right here is also speaking of a lot of loss in the world as well, and this pretty much collective grieving that is happening just because of certain events that have been occurring. And for the people that are going through this process and this pain, it's hard to even look at ourselves when we can't even process what's going on around us. And a big thing that will happen with this energy is allowing us to go into the observer role, which can be very beneficial, but just make sure you're not shutting yourself down by repressing it. There's a big difference between observing your emotions and allowing them and just completely detaching and repressing them, so you're not so you're not dealing with them. Okay, hi. So these three jumped together, so I'm gonna let them sit together. We have, okay, I think this is because for some of you, I think this wanted to pop out as a love message just all by itself, because we have beloved Zeus, the lovers. This cosmic union is destined for greatness. We got the Moonstone Star, passion. I am entering a portal of euphoric love. And then the Awakener, rise. Out of the ashes, I rise like a golden sun. This is like a whole lot of like, I think for those of you that have been going through very tumultuous relationships, especially romantic ones, with how these just wanted to like pop out together after that let go. It's letting you know as you work through this is definitely going to be coming in with this air energy, which doesn't surprise me since it's so much networking energy, and it has a lot to do with like communities coming together, people like obviously being more honest and authentic if they're in that energy. So it will definitely make it to where I was thinking how it might have been for next year, and boom. But and the thing is, when stuff like that happens, yeah, exactly, like when that kind of stuff happens, it's almost like it's showing you that you're connected, because since this is a collective thing and it's just throwing itself out there for those that are like immediately like, holy crap, it's like because you're part of that, like I said, this niche in the collective that's actually being hit with moving out of this energy. And then it's like, it literally says out of the ashes, so it's like you guys literally got like burnt by this, and which is why you need to grieve it and release it. And that's why it messed up this energy you have of yourself. It's like you're moving out of this sad energy where you lost a lot of confidence and just evolving into this like ultimate like sun force over here, like all this freaking love going on. So, and then well, okay, we're just gonna like turn this into a sensual reading, I guess. We're gonna talk about the sex aspects of this conjunction. But we got the ruby star, ruby, and it says flow. I embody my authentic and sensual essence. And this red is a whole lot of root chakra. There's even like this shining spot at where the root chakra is. So this energy is definitely like, I am here. We are gonna have a definite party right now. So for those of you that are going to be having this, I am very happy for you. And I guess what we can do, since that came out so heavy for the collective, which I'm pretty sure, I mean, that was such a heavy, like it literally came out so much. I'm going to do some clarifiers. Literally, I know I usually don't do love, but since it was so heavy and this is collective, I'm going to do the Fountain Tarot as the literal clarifier for the love aspect of this, to kind of show what's happening collectively with this love energy and this conjunction energy, since it just wanted to throw itself out there and not care right now. The Wheel of Fortune, but it's reversed. So this was yep, and a lot of imbalance. So for this going towards love energy, what you're coming out of is this feeling of being stuck and not being able to really gain any footing in the area of love, because this is literally going to be all directed at love, guys. Like I literally said it before I put this down, so this is going to be all directed at love and romantic relationships for this tarot line coming out. But because there was a lot of imbalance, possibly abuse on different levels as well, a big closing off for those of you that went through these things, that really put this disconnect between you and your guides, universe energy, however you connect and resonate. It was almost like this was completely shut down by going through this process. And it also could have led to certain addictions, or maybe the reason you had to walk away from this energy is because the other person had addictions and you knew that it was stunting your growth. And even though it was very painful and you felt like a lot of things were lost, this is allowing you to have some movement forward from these blockages. And one thing also, feeling like after going through this huge lack of love, and with this coming out with the mirror, this is like this lack of self-love, like not being able to accept that with this energy, feeling like everything is your fault, and the reason that you are not getting love is because of something that's wrong with you, which isn't the case. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just there are people that connect to you, that are meant to connect to you in a certain way, and you connected to a lesson. I feel for some of you this was very karmic, especially with how you're letting this go and moving into a really loving union. It's almost like having to allow the process and grow this self-worth back in order to step into this. And this was meant to teach you how to fall in love with yourself again, as opposed to how to fall in love with others. And we get the Queen of Cups as I'm saying that. Just stepping back into your intuition, and this is coming out with let go and let yourself grieve, and moving into this cosmic union over here. This is like nurturing yourself, and this queen is actually in this beautiful lake of water, and she's just surrounded by like this mist. It's like a lot of healing is happening here, and a lot of self-love and nurturing. But it's also opening up this intuition that just got abruptly shut down by this situation. So it's allowing you to trust yourself more and keep moving forward, instead of feeling like you're not worthy of it. It's like you're building up your worth through actually finding that love for yourself that you probably might have not even know you didn't have in the first place without this relationship. Because whatever this was a major burnout energetically for you guys, and moving on from it completely drains you, which is why this nurturing is so important. But also, what's interesting is, since we have this thing with euphoric love and sensual essence and like these kind of energies, going through this really blocked off that side of you, like that creative sexual energy. And I feel like this relationship is going to awaken that, because as it is now, you guys are like in this space where you're not fully sharing that side of yourself because you lack the confidence. It could possibly have been stifled because you were too afraid to express the full side of yourself in the past relationship because of how you might have been judged. But definitely this is trying to help you realize you don't have to fight losing battles anymore. It's like just stepping out of the energy. Like there's no reason for you to keep beating yourself up and closing yourself off, because it's like it's wanting you to push through, especially since this golden energy is like coming out of the ashes. This is literally like getting burnt, like I was saying without remembering with the coming out of the ashes thing. This is like really getting burnt and spit out and like trying to get up again. And it's also having to open this side of yourself again, because this was really closed down, like feeling like you can do something new with this energy. Or maybe you tried doing new things and got shut down constantly and were always on the losing side of trying to express that side of yourself. Or possibly it was taken from you and it was really unfair. But this is like a lot of healing that's happening in this aspect of yourself, so that you can actually nurture these different things, because you were stuck in this. Like this is something that happened or could be currently happening. And once you get into this energy of nurturing yourself, you're going to be able to tend to these wounds, because this is what was created out of this energy. And once you can heal it, that's where all this love comes in. That's why it says here, my authentic and sensual essence. Like, it's going to be full blown, like, you're going to be able to show it without having to worry about what's going to happen. Because bottom of the deck, we have Ten of Swords reversed here. It's like we're just gonna let, like, this cycle complete is pretty much what it is. It's coming to its completion. It's done what it needs to do. So you've learned from this, and it's time to start releasing each of these painful blades, especially if you're playing it over and over again in your mind. That could easily be what's causing, because this is a very painful energy here. And it's having to heal from this space where you're pretty much taking all of these blades out of your mind in order to start unlocking this energy. Because it could very easily be that you are blocking yourself off out of fear over here because of all the pain you went through and not really wanting to allow yourself to have freedom out of fear. But you're really being encouraged to do this. At least start with the steps of allowing yourself to take care of yourself and not be so hard on yourself. I love how people have to rev their cars and spin out. But anyways, it's like, once you can start allowing this for yourself, you can start working on these wounds, and you can start really trying to get to the bottom of why you're closing yourself off in the first place. And there might be more emotional wounds than you realize that this was meant to teach you. So let's get some moonology going over here. Well, the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. For some of you, and I think there was actually a pick a card pile yesterday that had full moon in Gemini that I mentioned as well that had to do with relationships. So for some of you that picked that pile, like, that energy is still very strong here. But also, this is saying the answers you need are coming. So it was possible that during this past full moon in Gemini that this is when this kind of broke apart, or possibly started, or finally met its completion because of this Ten of Swords energy being the air energy. So it's almost like it gave you what you needed. It gave you the answers in order to look at things like, okay, it's time for me to start moving forward from this energy, because there's nothing else to be gained from it. And with that coming out on this past energy over here, it's like you got the answers you needed about what happened and why this needed to pass in a way, or at least gave you the answers to where you could start moving on. And then we have this adjustments are required here, and that's what I was talking about with this Four of Pentacles over here with the mirror. You need to start looking, like I was saying, you need to pull them blades out of your mind with how you're talking to yourself, how you feel this very huge lack of self-worth. And this is the only way you're gonna be able to start moving forward. Like, you need to, like, balance these things out, and you need to one thing that's coming through, quiet obsessive thoughts, because that's completely detrimental to your self-worth. Because if you're trying to have a quiet place where you're at peace, meditating, however you spend your quiet time, a major thing is that make sure when you're in that quiet time that it's not destructive, because that can still happen when you're alone if you're not watching your own thoughts. If things are being very pervasive and just not allowing you to quiet your mind, then you might need to do something else to get the energy out and move through it. Like, you don't want to keep doing the same thing if it's not working. You need to adjust what you're doing if it's not working. Like that saying, it's like, what's that thing? I was about to say it and it flew out of my head. It's like, you know, doing the same thing and expecting different results, like, kind of energy here. Like, that's not going to help you in this. And then so the reason that the adjustments are required is this pride energy over here. Like, don't let pride get in your way with this Leo energy. And this is really speaking on some ego here, because this is coming out connected with this let go energy. And like I said, for some of you, this could be letting go of a certain mentality. It could be a victim mentality that you've held on to for a long time and you've made it part of your identity. This will easily feel like you are completely losing a part of yourself, and you're going to try to cling to it because it's like it doesn't feel safe to let this go because it's part of the ego. But this is also your intuition trying to come in and help you move through this and let you know it's going to be okay to keep going forward, and encouraging you to nurture yourself through the process instead of beat yourself up over it. But if you are struggling with pride right now and not allowing yourself, because pride can come out as fear as well, especially if you've been in a situation that makes you afraid of expressing certain aspects of yourself. And then this new moon, Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. This being reversed, this is interesting energy, because we have this over here where we're birthing our creations and sacred assignments and everything. One thing that, and plus this Four of Pentacles reversed, a lot of things surrounding each of these aspects. If you are in a lack mindset, or in a mindset, like I was saying, the victim mentality, I only have bad stuff that happens to me, it's pretty much like you're wishing that on yourself. And plus, you tend to stay thinking in that frame of mind too. It's like you can't enjoy anything good that comes to you if you're constantly thinking everything around you sucks. So it's like, even if something good shows up, it's like you still think it sucks because you're in this mood where everything just sucks. But so you could actually have the different areas of your life where this prosperity is coming in, but you're completely not acknowledging it. And with Taurus energy, it's a very stubborn energy, and it's like refusal to see what's in front of you. And this is very uncomfortable energy. It's reminding me of the Uranus retrograde coming through and trying to make you see that you need to change how you're looking at yourself. And that in itself is going to bring in prosperity, because obviously it's going to bring in like a bunch of love for yourself if you start seeing the value in yourself, which second house with Taurus energy is all about value, self-value, what you like in your environment that makes you comfortable. Okay, we got a ding going on with that one, but whatever makes you comfortable. Because you need to be able to express these things, because Taurus is also a very sensual sign. And with this coming out with this energy of like really repressed sexual energy, it's almost like it's trying to say, or really repressed creative energy as well. It can be both creative and sexual energy with this. But with it being so repressed, you're not going to be able to enjoy it. You're not going to be able to let yourself find a comfortable place in this. It scared you. It's like it disrupts everything. But Especially with this coming out and Venus being the ruler over here, coming with all the sensuality and the comforts, but also creativity, because Venus is this, oh man, these jumpers, I swear. We're just gonna have tons of jumpers today. We're just gonna reiterate this, guys. South Node reversed. Don't let your past hold you back. This is like a complete call out right here for some people, where that's exactly what you're doing, especially coming out on this energy and possibly replaying it with this Ten of Swords over and over again instead of letting it complete. It's like you just keep replaying how you lost out at certain things or how certain things happened to you, which means you cannot do this now. It's like you're creating that narrative for yourself. And that's a really prideful thing, believe it or not, even though it is the opposite of having the confidence and the self-esteem. You're basically creating this block where when you're in a victim mentality, it's almost like there's a big difference between being in this like warrior energy where you move through everything and you go through tons of shit and you're like, I'm gonna pick myself up and keep going. But the victim mentality that happens is like, since only these bad things happen, then others need to pity me because my life is this very sad case. I deserve, and it starts going into that kind of energy. I deserve, I expect, and that's what pride is when you're in that mentality. Even though to those around you, it could seem like you completely lack confidence in everything because of how you put yourself down. That's also how you get a lot of attention for your ego. It's how you get your ego boosted when people are coddling you because you're in that energy. Now, we are going into an energy where coddling kind of doesn't happen that much. Maybe like you might get a little coddling at this Cancer moon coming up, but we're going to be moving into a lot of air where people are just going to be moving past the coddling phase. And it's just going to be full blown, you know, I gotta say this, blah, there it is. And people that haven't been working on letting this kind of mentality go, and they're so in this energy of expecting people to pretty much like beg them to feel better, which, like I said, that's a big part of ego right there that needs to be adjusted. But and that's a complete block to this energy as well, because you're literally letting the past hold you back and you're not seeing your value because you're constantly devaluing yourself in order to get attention. Okay, I don't know how many times I gotta say that there's healing that needs to happen here, but just in case we weren't sure, we got a time for healing. This is a great time for healing, okay, guys? We, just in case, you know, all this, like, don't let the past hold you back now. It's time to heal. It's time to work through these things. It's time to rebirth yourself from the ashes and move into, like, this whole new world over here. Like, heal yourself, heal yourself, heal yourself is just coming out in every line so far. And, so this is really interesting because we have the Void of Course moon, which showed up yesterday as well, but nothing will come of this situation. Now, with this energy being reversed, you are creating something from this. You being in a mentality where you feel like nothing is ever going to happen for you is creating something. We are all in the energy, whether we are directly like being intentional with it or not, of creation right now. Like, that's what 0 degrees is creation, and having it in the having it in the planet of karma with Saturn and being expanded by Jupiter is like, hey, let's get some very abrupt energy back. Whatever you put out, you get back. Like, let's just do it. And that's pretty much what this is right here. It's like you sitting here like, oh, woe is me. No matter what the situation is, whether it's love, certain ways people have treated you, work situations, whatever it is. But if you're in this mentality that this always happens to you, this is always your situation, then you're literally like just pulling that to you right now and putting that energy out to come right back, because air is a lot faster than earth. Yes, earth is a lot more to where when it comes in, it just completely stays there, and it takes a while for things to grow, like that pinnacle energy. But this is like the star energy. It's like you come back after the crumbling tower and you're walking into the star energy and you're creating right now. So what are you creating? Are you creating this mentality, or are you learning from literally the answers you've gotten out of this situation to grow from it? So let's see. Let's scoot these as I push my other stuff out of the way. But let's see what the moonology, I just did moonology. Let's see what the Moonchild Tarot has going on over here. Lady, you know this song? I'm pretty sure all of you do. The song by Lady Gaga, the Just Dance, started playing in my head out of nowhere, and I have not heard that song in forever. It'll be okay. just at that part. But for some of you, I guess, that are really feeling like there's no hope, just know it's gonna be okay. But I was just talking about not Eight of Pentacles. I was just talking about Pentacles energy, and we're gonna get some Pentacles energy coming out on the board right now. So we have Eight of Pentacles reversed. Yes, this shit fell apart, guys. Okay? That it happened. That's what this is saying right here. It's like this was a lot of work, obviously, with this World reversed and Temperance reversed, Four of Coins, Four of Pentacles reversed. It's like there was a lot put into this with this Eight of Pentacles being reversed, and you having to realize that, I mean, it's coming out on this, you got the answers over here. The answers you need are coming, or whatever. It's like, or whatever. It's like, it's an important thing. But, the answers for how to deal with this energy is like not getting stuck on the fact that certain things didn't work out. That it's like you put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of freaking detail into what this was, and it didn't go anywhere. And this is something that needs to be accepted, because with it coming out with this birth energy, if you tried to create something and things fell through, you have to realize we're going into an energy now where it is literally being brought to us what we're going on the way to be creating. So if things have not worked out, it's trying to show you that better is coming, but you have to, like I said, make the adjustments here and do the healing, guys. I mean, I don't know. I know healing takes time, but we need to start the process. Otherwise, we're just gonna stay stuck. And we got Magician energy coming out over here too. That's coming from you making some adjustments. You adjust things and you step into Magician energy. Like, why not? Like, make the adjustments where you don't need this part of the ego holding you back and keeping you in fear mode, and you just step right into Magician energy. because it's going to help you work through these issues of not loving and accepting these different aspects of yourself, or possibly being able to express these things without feeling like you need to be defensive, which that can also be pride as well. But it's like really being able to alchemize so many different things. And this could also be just transmuting different emotions into creative ventures that actually take root now, as opposed to falling through. And then I love how the Fool's coming out reversed on this pride thing and like blocking yourself. It's like being completely stuck and refusing to move definitely is going to hinder your healing. But also this is saying, like I was talking about with the different mentalities, that if you let this pride go to your head and you're reckless with what you're doing, then you can wreck what's trying to come in. Like I was saying, this stuff's coming in, guys, and it's like, even if you have it coming into your life and you feel like literally your life is like a pit of sorrow and there's nothing like better out there for you, that's what you're creating right now. And it's a very reckless energy to be in when there's literally all this stuff you can walk into, but you decide to create this hole for yourself instead. So like I said, this is very rapid energy, so don't put yourselves in guys, like blocking. Okay, I get it, this crap sucked. Okay, it really freaking sucked. Having this 10 of Cups being ripped out from under you really freaking sucks. But at the same time, it happened. And some of you need to come to terms with that in order to move, like this let go energy. Like some of you need to come to terms with this. Because if you're just holding on to this and doing these different things, and it's almost like you are projecting your pain right now. And like I said, whatever you create is going to come back to you, so you better be careful with that. Because I think another thing this magician is trying to say right here is you need to understand the own power you wield over what you're creating in your life. Some things, yes, we cannot change them. People, we cannot change. We can change how we react to people, being reckless towards certain things, or just being extremely stubborn and not wanting to see the beauty that is in certain things, because that can also be what this 10 of Cups is. You could be surrounded by certain things that are very beautiful right now, but you cannot see them because of where you're choosing to put your mentality right now. You're completely blocking out this area of yourself, especially with these other reversals over here. It's like blocking out that creativity, that loving spark, that interest in doing anything different, because you'd rather stay in this past energy because it is comfortable. And well, we all have free will if that's where you want to stay. And then we got King of Pentacles. I don't know how much I can say this, guys. And then 10 of Swords, but this time upright. You guys, the collective that is going through this pain, this has been an extremely painful year, and we all have these different things we have gone through. But this energy is ushering in a change in our mentality. If we're gonna stay where it's like we are holding on to this cycle of trying to go back, we need to go back. I need to find a way to pull the past with me. I can't let it go. Like, if you're really trying to do that and we're going into this, you're gonna be just perpetuating this reality for yourself, because it's like you are holding on to the pain and making pain your reality. You're making it to where it's comfortable for you to devalue yourself. And that's how people are going to treat you. And it's going to keep just collecting more and more pain, because instead of completing this energy that we went through with all the earth energy that is now being transformed into, okay, what we're bringing back to us is air energy, guys. Like magician, it's mercurial energy. We're bringing communication back to us. These 10 of Swords that are out here are very painful, heavy air energies. And you have to decide, because you got one reversed and you got one upright. Like, this is literally like, you might as well have the 2 of Swords sitting here in the middle of both of these 10 of Swords cards. Like, what are you going to choose right now? Because this is a crossroads, guys. Like, we need to realize that what we are, and this is pretty much what manifestation is, whatever you're constantly, repetitively thinking, that is what you're creating. Because if you think of energy like a cup you're just pouring into, and say like one cup you have like a bunch of nasty ass like sewage water, and then another cup you have this freaking Fiji water or whatever your favorite water is, and it's like freaking like this night and day contrast here. But you get to decide, do you want to sit there like drinking the sludge and then perpetually just like filling the cup back up with sludge to keep drinking? Like, that sounds really freaking gross, doesn't it? Like, do you really want to be doing that? But then there's the choice of just constantly drinking this really good water once you realize that you don't need the sludge. It's like, who likes sludge? Ew. Like, that kind of thing. And the thing is, if you're staying and choosing in your mind to keep replaying that this is what you're like doomed to do for the rest of your life, then you're pretty much choosing the sludge cup. Like, that's this whole energy right here, is choosing a sludge cup if you don't decide to start working on your healing. And that's literally all that's being asked here, guys, is to start working on your healing and how you're talking to yourself mentally. Because I know in earth energy, when we were sitting in it for so long and feeling so stuck and like things weren't moving and it was happening so slow, it's to go from that kind of energy and us having to get used to that energy for a long period of time. Now we're moving into this new energy where we're kind of getting used to how freaking slow things were moving, and now it's speeding up. So this isn't about not having patience for yourself. This is about at least starting your healing journey if you haven't yet, because things are going to be moving a lot more rapidly. You're going to be coming into these cycles where you're choosing to open and close things a lot more rapidly than you did in the earth energy. Because as the different transformations are happening, as the different cycles we're going through are progressing, it's going to become almost a constant to have very rapid change. And we're going to have multiple air stelliums throughout next year. An Aquarius one, a Gemini one, a Libra one. It's like we're going to be having a lot of air stelliums just going throughout the entire year, the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, the end of the year, because each season is literally having an air stellium. So this is very rapid progression. And each of these stelliums are including like full and new moons happening in them too. So we need to, like I said, it's like you have this decision here. Like, what are you going to decide to do? What are you going to decide to create from this energy? And what cycles are you going to decide that you either want to break or that you want to continue? So let's see what the self-care is. Some collective self-care. since this is literally like some major wounds we're all having to heal from what was brought up with this earth energy. Ooh! Okay, so we got spend time with friends, and we... Come here. These cards keep running away from me. Okay. And we got chanting. Beauty ritual. Positive I was just thinking with the chanting, maybe you guys need to make it a thing where you're literally like just constantly saying good things to yourself, and then positive affirmations comes out. So yes, say things to yourself that's good. Drink tea. Good job, Owen. Yeah, good job doing the collective self-care. You drink that tea. Oh my goodness. And speaking of drinking tea, we still have the tea leaf to bring out here once I talk about this. So this isn't the end of the reading. We still got that tea leaf coming out. Did your skincare today? I mean, I painted my nails today, and she's over here painting her nails, so... I mean, I guess I'm kind of on the boat too. But we have spend time with friends. And this is actually... maybe, for some of you, it might be a good thing to spend time with friends, but, like, spend time just doing, like, you know those funny things where, people do the stuff where it's like, tell me something you hate about me or whatever, and it's like, I hate how freaking loving you are, and it's like just throwing out like all these compliments just to, like, you know, make people realize everything that they are. It's like having this sense of humor, because chanting is making me think of more like throw things out there energy, and it's like, if you can't, like, allow yourself at first, because of how you've been talking to yourself, to just full-blown go, like, I know I'm amazing, and I'm worthy of all these things, then do stuff with people where it's like, let's make a game out of it or something, because they have tarot cards and all kinds of crap going on over there. Oh, they got cupcakes. But I'm getting distracted. Oh my gosh, yes. Like, oh, and that's like a really good example. But, it's pretty much like being able to have that playfulness and bring that into creating positivity. It's like, it might be a joke, but it's actually generating a lot of positivity, and laughter generates a lot of like this positive manifesting energy as well. So allowing yourself to do that with your friends and not have to worry about... I completely forgot that I didn't plug in my computer. I'm glad it didn't just die and it warned me. But this right here is like allowing for calm energy, like, you know, taking care of yourselves, drinking your tea, having your peace, but then also having like boisterous fun with your friends, like just being obnoxious and having fun. And I mean, definitely encourage each other to like spruce up and like do fun things, like, and don't let people tell you you're being vain by taking care of yourself. Like, there's a big thing that comes with self-love and feeling worthy of doing things for yourself, because a lot of times that gets really trashed when you go through stuff like this. So let's pull some tea, guys. We never know what we're gonna get with the tea, so especially since we're drinking tea. I want to go ahead and tell you guys this because I think you guys will like this. I asked that one of the emotes be a little mermaid sipping tea. And I want to see how that one comes out. Because I wanted it to be like the smirking, drinking the tea, because, you know, we're always getting the tea here. So I really want to see what that one looks like. First thing we have clouds. Temporary problems. I think there's a big thing coming through here about it being temporary. Because, like I was saying, with the mentality of just perpetuating, guys. But perpetuating the energy that these problems are going to last forever. It's like, no, they're not. Unless you really, really want them to. Because they can flow in and out. Just like clouds, they can flow in and out. You just have to allow them to pass so you can see the sun again. And the sun's finally not blaring in my window anymore. But, like, this is... and yet... Oh! Dang. I love how that one flew over there. And it's fire. Like, literally, it says fire, and it, like, flew over there. But, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. And some of you are really holding on to that. Like, hardcore. And that's what's keeping you from doing the healing you need for yourself. Because if you have a strong enough emotion where it's like this freaking flame going on, then it's going to be overriding your senses. It's going to be overriding any kind of logical thought or intuition. Because when your emotions are running that high, you're not grounded. And this is coming out on this energy that's connected to the Fool, that is like, don't be crazy and reckless and holding on to your pride. And it's just like all of that emotion coming out with that. And it's pretty much like you're making your temporary problems a very big problem by just adding fire literally to like this energy over here. It's like adding fire to air, and it's gonna create a freaking vortex. Like, do we really want this right now, guys? We don't want this. And yes, this is a seahorse. Family matters. So for some of you, like I was saying, this has to do with family. Because, this, I like how it's trying to come out with, trying to move it, and it's with this let go energy, but it's also, especially coming with this 10 of Cups over here, like, there could be some major disruption in family right now. And especially with Fogger, cannot talk today, guys. Especially with father figures, because if you think about Saturn, it is representative of authoritative figures, representative of our father figure structure, things like that. And with Aquarius, like, bucking against that, obviously, if there's certain things that have been passed down in the family, if there's certain things that really, like, don't sit right and you're trying to, like, release them and heal from them, obviously you're going to be seeing how shitty some of this family stuff was that you once thought was a really beautiful thing, and realizing why you have to let this part go. And that's why it hurts so much, and that's why you feel so much of your value is being lost, is because you place so much value in this family energy and you're having to start over on your own. I like how your deck's supposed to be funny, Owen, and it's coming out just not. Ooh, I got some chills with this one too. This is going with my lovers over here. We got teapot, a teapot in the tea deck. We get in the tea. But deep friendship with someone of the same sex. Coming out over here with all this relationship stuff. Like, so you're gonna be friends first. Don't rush out thinking it's gonna be like some freaking crazy, one night stand or something. That this is like that union that's created from like a lot of This is coming out with the birth card again. Okay, this birth energy over here, like I'm telling you guys, you're creating things right now. Once again, like we have crib over here, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. For some of you, you're just straight up giving birth, because having like this mother nursing their kid and then having like literal birth of a child on here. Some of you are pregnant, getting pregnant, you're going to be birthing things, okay? It's like, that is just how it is for some of you watching this. And with this spend time with friends and this another funny thing with this Eight of Pentacles here, if it is a child and you've been going through a rough ass time with this pregnancy, it's trying to let you know that in order to kind of start moving forward from this, like especially if some of the things that have been rough for you are more physical, like maybe this has been a really difficult pregnancy, or you've just been having health scares, especially with everything going on, just know that if there's certain answers you're waiting for, you are going to be getting those answers. Just allow yourself to unwind, allow yourself to be surrounded by people that are going to help you ground yourself while all this is going on. Because if you're around people that are constantly putting a negative energy on like you in your pregnancy, like that is not good at all. Like you need to like put up a boundary and then tell them to quit talking about you, because you don't need them putting that on you while you're pregnant. But if you are doing an enterprise, which isn't just, getting a job, like this is like you birthing a freaking deal over here. Like surround yourself with your friends, like invite your friends to do these things, because they're going to support you in it. They're going to be there telling you like, yeah, it's hard work and there's certain things going on, but don't give up on yourself. Don't give up. And it's like having those people around you will make you feel like your problems are temporary, because you always have this influx of people like cheering you on and going, just keep moving with it. It's like having a group of cheerleaders. And this is really helpful, especially when you feel down, like you're putting so much work into things and you're not understanding why certain things aren't taking off, why aren't things moving forward. And it's like we're coming out of an earth energy where a lot of stuff wasn't moving forward. It was all in retrograde. It like finally went direct, and then it still was going really slow. And now we're like moving into this energy where it's like, hey, this can go very quickly, because Aquarius is internet, and internet is really freaking fast, especially since it keeps getting like, oh, we need faster and faster speeds. Like obviously you're going to be able to get this information and these answers a lot quicker than we were getting them when everything was in these earth signs. And plus Uranus is going to be going direct in the new year too, so that's another Aquarius thing with, that is Aquarius's planet is Uranus. So there's like direct Uranus energy going, even though it's still in Taurus, but it's like that's a sign of like the sensuality and being comfortable and material goods. Like that can bring us some very unexpected good shit if we're putting in that karma right now with Saturn. So, and it'd be material good shit and comfortable good shit. And ooh, for some of you, we got a two-faced friend. And what's interesting is this has a cat on it. And I think what's interesting with this is because I've seen this too, like when I have dreams, like obviously I feel everyone has dreams, and like their own interpretations, because obviously there's emotions attached to our own individual dreams. But for me, whenever I see a cat in my own dreams, depending on the health of the cat and what the cat looks like, I always think of cats as secrets. And if the cat is very healthy and not trying to run away from you and you feel comfortable with where it is, it's possibly a secret you're fine with keeping to yourself and it's healthy. But if it is like the cat is dying, or say the cat's always trying to run away, it's like, or possibly someone steals the freaking cat. It's like, this is people getting in your business. This is someone that is trying to turn something that would otherwise be personal into a very unhealthy blast, which obviously, like I was saying, like in that conjunction reading yesterday when I was doing the chart, that some people are going to be coming out and putting things on blast that aren't okay. And it's going to be because they're upset. It's going to be because you're pushing them out of their comfort zone. And if you're stepping into your magician energy and you're starting to really create from a place that is bringing you these things and people are getting jealous, even if they pretend to be in your best interest, if they're starting to do things that aren't okay, be very careful with your secrets. And then we have Peacock. Okay, beware of great pride. We have pride twice here, guys. And with my new hair that I have with the teal, my boyfriend's dad was calling me a little peacock, but because he considers the color of the teal I have, like, it reminded him of peacocks. But yeah. Oh my gosh, Owen. But this energy right here is coming out again with literally the energy of the Pride card, and it's trying to let you guys, and this is with the Fool energy, don't be foolish. Like, there's a big difference between going into something you trust and going into trash. There's a big difference in the two things, because with this, if you are so full of yourself and not willing to learn things, and you're just rushing off because you don't want no one to tell you that you're wrong in what you are trying to put on other people, then obviously you're going to be making mistakes like left and right, and you're not doing the healing that, like, is literally, that's the only thing being asked here, is do some healing right now from, you know, all the crap that happened throughout the year. Like, do some healing, find these people that are the true people, not the cruddy people. And one thing that can happen with that, if there's cruddy people in your life, and these are the people that help you stay in the mindset that is unhealthy for you, but you're too afraid to let these people go because you feel like they feed into this energy, you're being detrimental to yourself by allowing them to stay around. It's like I was saying, if there's those people going through an actual pregnancy and you have people around putting doubt on your pregnancy, then this could be a sign right here, like, don't hold on to what is comfortable in favor of making sure that you're not rocking the boat or anything like that, because you'd rather keep being fed what you want instead of moving away from it, especially if it's family. Like, you could have a freaking two-faced family friend over here, or someone that you consider a really close friend that's a family member. Like, there's a lot of stuff coming out right now that we just need to understand, that the more we try to hang on to old, rigid belief systems that weren't serving us, I just realized something. If we're holding on to old things when we're being shown different ways we can reinvent them right now, it's just going to continuously keep making things worse. And especially if it's coming up with any masculine figures in your family, whether it's brothers or father figures, whether it's stepdad, grandfather, your own father, possibly a boss you see as a father figure. But anything like that going on, and it's like you're a codependent relationship because of the energy it gives you, you need to step back and really look at like the harm you're causing yourself, because you can't blame the other person for you continuously allowing yourself to be in the situation. Okay, we got a month that flipped over. We got July. So what's going on in July, guys? Can anyone guess? We have a moon coming up right now that is going to be Cancer. And I like how this is flowing out over here on this relationship energy as well. We have a moon in Cancer coming up. Yes, you're right, Owen. It's Cancer season. We have a moon in Cancer coming up. And it's going to be a full moon. And those effects are going to last until the Capricorn full moon, because it's going to finish that cycle of that specific energy, which will be in July. So this right here, you just got a timeline right now for this energy. It's like we moved into the conjunction we're going to be having. This is probably why I was being pulled so much to the moon decks. We're going to be having this moon in Cancer. And it's starting this energy. This energy's already started. It's been going on. Some of you have been pregnant for a bit. Maybe you're expecting in July. Who knows? But at this time, it's showing you like, hey, we're finally in this energy where you might have felt stuck before, but we're in a movement energy now. Even in this July picture right here, it's showing like rainbow waves that are just crashing everywhere. So it's like even July has a movement to it. So you got a time frame, guys. And we got happiness. So yeah, work on this to get your happiness. Mel C. Oh my god, male C horse hormone injections. That's one way. But there's this really beautiful energy of happiness. Now, this, if you look at this, has like this thing that looks like the sun that's in the July card. And this is an astral house, which I believe is the 5th house. And Leo season starts in July. So it's almost like it's trying to say here, after going through these things, if you have done the reinvention you need, in July, once it hits Leo season and we're completely out of the Cancer season, you're going to see very rapid rewards when it comes to happiness. Or you were already experiencing it and it's going to reach a new height, because this whole energy right here is really trying to help you guys see, okay, what's not good for you, what's in the way that you're doing personally, what kind of relationships could be affecting you, and then realizing that there's some good shit coming in, guys, but we gotta like kind of rein in what we're doing in certain aspects that are really not benefiting us right now. And then we have it's like I told you guys, like we are learning how to get out of earth energy, because this is the bottom of the deck here. And I was trying to keep it a secret, but this right here, with slowly but surely getting ahead, it's like I was saying, we are coming out of the earth energy. We are all like freaking groggy, being smacked with this air energy. It's like being hit with a cold burst of wind after you've been in a cave for a long ass time hibernating. So it's like we're coming out into that right now. So we are used to this slow movement. So it's okay, is what this is saying. Obviously it's going all the way for half a year over here, so this is a big energy for allowing. And like I said, healing takes time. Don't be trying to jump ahead and heal yourself. Start it if you haven't started it. Like, there's a big difference in like really pushing yourself and ignoring your emotions and finally starting to allow it if you haven't before. But just this energy itself is really trying to show us that we can move forward, we can do this, but we need to work on the aspects of our lives we've been ignoring, which more than likely, with how everything was in Capricorn and it's switching into these air signs, you need to look into your chart where these air signs are, and that's where you're going to be finding that you're needing to do this rebuilding right now, where you're needing to break certain things down and rebuild them, so that way you can reach this happiness. Because, I mean, why not? But yeah, that is what I have for the collective read today. Little shorter than what I usually do, because to be honest with you guys, I do have a headache. But I think we got out of this what we needed. Especially for those of you that were thinking about love really heavy that are going to be watching this. Definitely got some messages for love there. But I'm going to be back on tomorrow to be doing the chart readings. We can go over the transits with personal charts, since I already did the actual collective read for the conjunction itself. We can go over personal charts tomorrow. We can pop some up and look at them and see how these things are affecting you personally, and we will go from there. And plus, I'll be announcing on my Instagram if I'm going to start doing daily transits at the beginning of each live as well. So, yeah, you guys take care of yourselves. Drink your tea. Maybe I should drink some tea or cocoa or something. But, yeah, take some time for yourself. Start your process. If you're already in the process, keep going forward and just remember to take care of yourself. And if you're really stuck in a mindset, don't be really harsh on yourself. Be gentle with yourself and give yourself compassion for being aware of it and trying to move out of it, because that's a huge step as well. Because some people honestly do not care and they're aware of it and they're still going to keep doing it. So you wanting to change something, if you are in any of these blocked off areas, is also a huge step, and you should be proud of yourself as well. But I'm going to go ahead and end this here, and I'll put the Discord where everybody can come in and join us and have some fun in the chat too. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, and this camera better stay locked to where it is, because I went through a lot of trouble trying to get it to beat like this. I'm over here pointing at it like but I am way too frustrated with things acting up on me. But anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow, and have a great night, and take care of yourselves. And remember, you're the one making the choice here. It's a complete choice, you guys. It's not forced. So have a great night. Oh my gosh, Owen, right before I'm going, you're going to cut my camera.